Hello, my darling dragon friends. Welcome, welcome. My name is Ariel. I am the Sassy Dragon, and I'm so glad to have you here with me today. If you haven't been to my channel before, thanks so much for stopping by. Today, we're just going to jump right in, and we're going to talk about Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette from Dior. This is one I've been wanting to review for a little while. I did a review of the Eau de Parfum a while back, and I really do enjoy that one as a kind of sweet, gothy, kind of awesome, definitely 90s inspired fragrance because the original Hypnotic Poison does go back to the late 90s. This, however, is a relatively new formulation. This one was done in 2019 and was blended by Annick Menardo. The blend is really beautiful here. It's not a super complex or complicated fragrance at all. I think the Eau de Parfum is much more that way. If you're looking for something that's a little more deep, a little heavier, a little bit more, like I said, it's a little darker, a little gothier, but this one is still bringing some of that influence, but it is definitely a lighter kind of blend. I always do love the perfume bottles that the poisons come in. This one is no less different. It's a semi-translucent bottle. You can see when you hold it up to the light, it kind of, you can see the fluid through it. It has the CD printed on the top of the atomizer, and I even think the cap itself is slightly translucent, even though it's rather dark and it has that kind of slightly black shading up here. This one to me looks the most like an apple of all of the poison bottles from Dior. Now to the scent. The notes, it almost has a cherry smell when I first smell this, you know, at first sniff. And that's because we're getting that big hit of vanilla and bitter almond, and when you put those two notes together, sometimes it brings a sort of cherry fragrance. That's why many times you'll see cherry and vanilla put together in perfumes, because they kind of complement. There's a cherry vanilla thing going on there. So that's definitely very prominent. It's a really nice vanilla. Some people might feel it pulls a little bit Play-Doh-ish on their skin. I personally, thank goodness, don't have that happen with my chemistry. But the other notes that are in this to kind of round it out, it does have some floral from the Jasmine Sambac. It does have some musk. It has a sandalwood and star anise. And I really think that anise, which is where they make licorice from, brings a little bit of that kind of almost root beer sassafras kind of smell, which I love sassafras because I am a sassy dragon. So I bring the sass to the frass. So I always like that kind of fragrance. That kind of root beerish fragrance is always great. In magic herbology, sassafras is considered something that brings you some strength, some gumption, some, you know, moxie to your personality. So I would say anything that smells like that is going to give you a little bit of a personality boost, you know, it's going to make you a little bit more punchy, a little braver maybe. That's just my personal feeling around that kind of fragrance. But I love the way that this all blends together. It's sweet without being overly sweet or syrupy. It's a gourmand without being overly foody. And I think that overall it is kind of a crowd pleaser, but you definitely do need to be somebody that's cool with almond and with the star anise / licorice, because those are notes that for a lot of folks are very polarizing. Sometimes people love those or they hate those depending on who's smelling it. But I really enjoy this one. I feel like I should be wearing it more. This is definitely like, you know, kind of this time of year right now. It's really close to Halloween. This is the kind of thing that you could totally wear for Halloween. This or the Eau de Parfum of this fragrance would both be perfect for this time of year. They're a little bit mysterious, a little gothy, a little sexy, seductive, kind of witchy, magical. Super, super fun fragrance from Dior. I would recommend it to anybody who is looking for it's a very top vanilla heavy if you love vanillas, but if you love almond, if you love licorice notes, this is definitely a must-have. I would say that this could be worn really any time of the day because it's not too heavy for the day, and it's not really too heavy for the spring or summer either. I would say this is all year round, but for my taste, this definitely is something that calls to me a little bit more when the autumn and the cooler air starts hitting. So enjoy this one, guys. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. And if you do have it, love it, don't like it, hate it, let me know what you think below in the comment section, and I will be seeing you very soon. Take care.